think about the calmest person you have ever encountered. Not peaceful calm, not comfortable calm, the other kind. The kind that made something in you go quiet without knowing why. That feeling was not irrational. It was accurate. Because the research on dangerous people reveals one pattern more consistently than any other. The most dangerous ones are almost always the calmest ones in the room. The human nervous system is wired to react to threat with visible panic. Heart rate rises, voice tightens, hands move. This is normal. This is human. But certain individuals show almost no physiological stress response in situations that would overwhelm most people. Their cortisol stays low, their heart rate stays controlled, and that absence of normal fear is not a sign of safety. It is a signal of something else entirely. Research into high-risk behavior and predatory psychology consistently identifies one shared characteristic: low fear response. Not bravery, not courage, the actual near absence of the fear mechanism that keeps most people from crossing certain lines. When the internal alarm that stops ordinary people does not activate, the range of possible actions expands in ways that most people never consider, and the exterior remains perfectly still. While you are processing a difficult situation, feeling it, reacting to it, the dangerous calm person is doing something entirely different. They are reading you. Every micro-expression, every shift in posture, every word you choose, and every word you avoid. You are an open book to someone whose emotional resources are not spent on feeling the moment. They are spent entirely on observing it. Dangerous calm is not emptiness. Do not make that mistake. Behind that controlled exterior, there is often an extremely rich and complex interior life. Ambition, calculation, emotion that has simply been trained or wired to never reach the surface. The lock is not absence, it is control, and the person holding the key decides precisely what you are allowed to see and when. Here is the mechanism that makes dangerous calm so effective. It makes you feel safe. Calm is disarming by nature. We are wired to associate stillness with harmlessness, with trustworthiness, with emotional stability. So when someone who is genuinely dangerous presents as calm, your guard drops, your instincts quiet, and you move closer to exactly the thing your body was trying to warn you about. Calm was the door. You walk through it. The predator does not rush. This is one of the most consistent observations across predatory behavior in both animal and human psychology. Speed draws attention. Panic signals weakness. The patient, still approach is far more effective than any display of force. Dangerous calm is not passivity. It is the deliberate conservation of energy and attention until the moment arrives when neither needs to be conserved anymore. What you observe on the surface of a genuinely dangerous calm person is perhaps 10% of what is actually present. Below the waterline, there is calculation that would unsettle you if you could see it. Scenarios being run, weaknesses being cataloged, exits being noted, possibilities being mapped. The iceberg does not announce its depth, it simply moves, and the surface tells you almost nothing about what is coming. Watch what happens when a dangerous, calm person enters a conflict. As the other person's voice rises, theirs drops. As the other person becomes more agitated and reveals more, they become quieter and reveal nothing. The argument that was supposed to be between two people becomes a one-sided extraction. One person spending everything they have, the other collecting every word, filing it away for later. In every room with genuine conflict, the calmest person is the most dangerous position to be in. Not because they are necessarily going to act, but because they are the only one operating with full information. Everyone else is inside the emotion of the moment. They are above it, watching, recording, building a picture of every person present that will outlast the conflict itself by a very long time. There are 3 signs that you are near a genuinely dangerous, calm person. First, they never raise their voice when others expect them to. Second, they smile precisely when anger would be the normal response. Third, as the stakes of a situation increase, they do not escalate. They decelerate. They become quieter, stiller, more focused. Normal stress responses move upward under pressure. Theirs move in the opposite direction. Pay attention to that direction. The single most reliable warning sign is this. In a moment of genuine escalation, when voices rise and tension peaks, watch for the person who gets quieter. Not withdrawn, not checked out, quieter and more present at the same time, more focused. Their eyes sharpen while their body stills. That combination, quiet plus focused plus still in a moment of chaos, is not calm. It is readiness. And readiness always precedes something. You have met this person, maybe at work, maybe in your personal life. The one who never seemed rattled by things that rattled everyone else, who smiled when they should have been angry, who said very little in moments when everyone else said too much. You probably found them fascinating, possibly trustworthy. You were drawn to the stillness. Most people are. That draw is worth examining. Genuinely dangerous people do not need to perform dominance. This is a critical distinction. The person who displays aggression and intimidation is performing. They need you to see it. They need your reaction. The truly dangerous person needs nothing from you in this moment. Their power does not require your acknowledgement. It exists entirely independent of your awareness of it. That independence is what makes it real. Think about the calmest person you currently know. Not the most peaceful, the calmest under pressure, the one who never seems to break. And ask yourself honestly, how much do you actually know about what happens inside them? How much have they shown you? How much have they chosen to keep invisible? The answer to that last question is always larger than people expect. Always. Now that you understand this pattern, stillness is no longer neutral information. It is data. Every person you meet who displays unusual calm under pressure is showing you something worth noting. Not something to fear automatically, but something to observe carefully. The difference between safe calm and dangerous calm is almost always in the details, and the details are visible to anyone who knows what to look for. Understanding dangerous calm protects you in a specific way. You cannot be disarmed by something you can see clearly. The power of dangerous calm over most people comes entirely from their misreading of it as safety. Once you understand what it actually signals, the disarming effect disappears. You do not become paranoid, you become precise. And precision in reading people is one of the most protective things you can develop. The correct response when you recognize dangerous calm is not panic. Panic is visible. Panic is information you are giving away for free. The correct response is stillness of your own, quiet observation. You do not need to act immediately. You need to watch carefully. Match their energy not with fear, but with awareness. The person who can stay still and observe in the presence of dangerous calm holds more power than they realize. Here is the darkest truth about dangerous calm. The most threatening presence in any room is almost never the loudest one. The loud person has already shown you everything. Their anger, their fear, their need for control. They have spent it all in the open. The dangerous one said almost nothing, moved very little, and left the room knowing far more about everyone present than anyone there knew about them. Once you learn to read this pattern, you begin to see it in places you never noticed before. The colleague who never reacts, the person in the group who listens more than they speak, the one whose stillness you always registered but never examined. You will move through rooms differently now, not with fear, with attention. And attention is the only currency that actually buys you safety in a world full of people you do not fully know. The calmest person in any room is one of two things, the safest person there or the most dangerous one. Both produce the same exterior. Both feel the same to stand near. The difference is entirely in the details beneath the surface, the quality of their attention, the direction of their focus, what they do with what they collect. Learning to read those details is not paranoia. It is the most important social skill most people never develop. 3 rules from the Dark Doctrine. First, stillness is always information.
Never let it pass unexamined. Second, calm people collect while others spend. In any conflict, observe who is gathering and who is losing. Third, the quieter someone gets as stakes rise, the more carefully you should be watching them. Stillness, collect, watch. These 3 words, apply, will change how you read every room you walk into.
Most people go through their entire lives misreading calm as safety. You no longer have that blind spot. What you do with this knowledge is yours to decide, but you will not unsee it. Subscribe to the Dark Doctrine. New video every single day. Because every day there is something about human behavior that nobody warned you about. And we will be here when you are ready to see it.